Hi, I'm Amanda from Integrative Healing with Amanda Butler. I combine energy healing with depth psychological and archetypal perspectives to facilitate a deeper connection with the divine within. Today we're going to be doing a quick healing of core wounds. And there has been a lot of talk in spiritual circles lately about core wounds, healing them, clearing them. And what does that mean exactly? You've probably read some things about this online and such. And so a core wound is something that can really block us from connecting with that divine within ourselves. A core wound is often something like rejection, abandonment, this feeling of there's something wrong with me that makes it really hard to feel that connection with the divine spark within us, the divinity that we are. And when we are feeling this core wound and feeling like we have something wrong with us, this can often show up in our relationships where we attract behavior from the other person who we're with or who we want to be with, or whatever the dynamic happens to be, where if the core wound we have is rejection, they continually reject us, maybe even though they might not want to reject us. There's something in us that is maybe triggering that, or we find ourselves, if the core wound is abandonment, always feeling abandoned by other people. And so clearing core wounds can really help us have a deeper relationship with the divine within ourselves, if we no longer feel rejected or abandoned or like there's something wrong with us, or whatever the case may be, we're able to feel more at peace, feel more of the divine light within us. And then that also can positively impact our other relationships as well, whether it's with a spouse, partner, family member, twin flame, soulmate, whoever you are in relationship with and wanting the relationship with to be better, move to a higher level where you're interacting with each other more authentically, more on that divine level and less from this kind of core wound level. So let's get into the clearing, shall we? And there's probably a lot more we could say about this, but there's a lot of information about this online if you were wanting to look into this more. I'd just really like to get into the clearing. So I'm going to start by doing a quick prep to work. It's asking permission of your soul, calling in your highest self, your divine self, your spiritual guidance committee that's with you to help clear all of these core wounds that need to be cleared. And just as a reminder, this is just kind of a sampling, just kind of a taste. If this is something you would like to explore more deeply, feel free to contact me at amandabutler.net, and you can book a clearing there or leave a comment, contact me, and we can explore this more deeply if you're wanting to. So, like I said, we're going to prep to work, get started here. And I'm working with some energy healing modalities that involve using a series of charts and a pendulum to point out things that need to be cleared, and where it's like my higher self and your higher self working together to clear all of these programs, patterns, stuck energies, negative energies, all kinds of things like that that hold these core wounds in place and keep creating these unwanted dynamics in relationships. And so having a better relationship with yourself, better relationship with the divine within you also can translate into better relationships with other people who are important to you. Okay, so getting all prepped to work, and let's see where we start. So where are we going to start today? Okay, so we're starting with a modality called quantum speed therapy that incorporates a series of 4 charts that have light language to really bring in that quantum level of energy healing, really targeting and locating all of these core wounds. So let's see what we've got here. And so the first item that comes up is called facilitate. And so the feeling that I get is allowing you to facilitate for yourself, this core wound healing, to facilitate, creating facilitation for the divine within you to kind of come in and facilitate for you, bring in this information that you need to have about what is this core wound that is really causing the greatest issues for you right now, and provide some assistance in clearing that. So let's bring that in. Okay. And bringing in vivacity, kind of a zest for life, more joy, feeling maybe more vivacious, feeling better about life, bringing in that positive feeling with some of these energies around core wounds cleared away. So the next item that comes up is called past, clearing any past experiences or shedding light on past experiences in this life or other lifetimes that may have led to the creation of these core wounds, showing you what happened from a higher perspective, so that it's not about, oh, I'm being rejected, I'm being abandoned, something's wrong with me, those kinds of things, or whatever the wound is. Bringing in a higher perspective that helps you understand this at a new level, rising above the level of the problem to find a solution. And the next item that comes up is greater surrendering. And so with these core wounds or energies around these core wounds cleared away, it becomes perhaps easier to surrender into the divine within us and surrender into that relationship with the divine within us, and follow our inner truth rather than being caught up in these other things going on created by these core wounds. And bringing in an activator to really activate this healing for you. Okay. Next item that comes up is called complete, bringing in beautiful energy to help you feel complete, help you to feel the whole divine being that you really are. And bringing in grounding and locking energies to ground and lock this in your being for you. And the next item that comes up is called reconstruct. So kind of reconstructing for you anything that felt damaged or distorted or broken by these core wounds, any ways that you felt that way, bringing in this kind of reconstructive energy around that. Bringing in beautiful energy to kind of create like a cocoon around you to facilitate all of this happening, sort of like when the caterpillar goes into the cocoon to become the butterfly, kind of facilitating the transformation, transmutation of whatever core wound is most important for you to be working with right now. Okay. And the next item that comes up is called assimilating. So really assimilating and bringing in these energies into your being to really facilitate this healing. And the next item is called embodiment. So really embodying this healing on all levels so that you feel more at peace, feel more of who you truly are without all of this wounding kind of running. And the next item that shows up on the charts is called magnetic field. And so kind of repairing your magnetic field so that with this core wounding addressed your magnetizing to yourself different experiences that are more based on you feeling whole and complete, feeling in connection with that divinity within you, that are more reflective of that rather than what's being attracted by the core wound. Just about to wrap things up here with QST. Let's see if there's anything else. Okay, so let's do a mop-up of this before we move on to our next modality. Just sort of finalizing all of these energies, clearing anything else that needs to be cleared before we move on. Okay, and we're moving on next to SRT, which is a healing modality with a series of 32 different charts. It's created by Robert Detzler, a Unity minister. He found that it was really helpful to be bringing in these energy clearings when he was working with people that he worked with as a minister. Okay, so the first item that comes up is clearing any power or manipulation, any ways you felt, power has been used against you or you felt manipulated, things like that, clearing that throughout all bodies, all minds, all layers, all levels, all space, all time, all dimension, all realities and beyond. Clearing that so that you feel free. And the previous modality that I worked with, quantum speed therapy, is by Alexandra from Spiritual Healing Therapy. Maybe you have seen some of her videos on YouTube. They are great as well. Okay. And so now clearing the etheric body to bring that back into balance. These core wounds can sometimes create imbalances in the being, and so clearing to put the etheric body back into balance. The next item that comes up is called Fall from Grace. So clearing anywhere where we have felt like we have fallen from grace or become separated from God's source universe, felt separated from love. Any that kind of fall from grace feeling where we feel like something is wrong with us. We're fallen, we're imperfect, we're sinners, we're whatever. Clearing any and all of this kind of energy. Now going to a chart called Rebirth Conscious Mind, clearing any and all vows that need to be cleared related to this, like maybe in some kind of past life, we made a vow as part of entering a religious order or mystery school, something like that, that created a core wound or had a part in creating the core wound. So clearing any and all of these vows as applicable to you. And now moving on to a chart called Freedom is Free. And there are some statements here that have to do with that. And the one that comes up is called All is Perspective or Focused Point of View. And so clearing, any and all blocks to being able to have a different focus or a different point of view with regard to any experiences in this life or any other lifetimes that created some of these core wounds. Changing whatever focus or perspective needs to be changed. Clearing blocks to that, bringing in that new focus and perspective to help you see things differently at a higher level. And now just some clearing to finalize. Getting close to being done here, just bringing in some more energies to finalize this light, to ground it in. And bringing in some clearing of the pituitary gland as part of the final pieces of this clearing to help with that. All right, and so I'm getting the signal that we are just about done. So just double checking to see how much you're accepting and receiving this clearing, getting 100%, showing that this clearing is 100% done. Okay, it looks like that's a wrap. And so after clearing, be sure to drink plenty of water to help flush out any energies, any toxins that need to be flushed out. And if you are wanting to get in touch with me, it's amandabutler.net. You can book a clearing there. I have a number of different services available. And I hope that this clearing really blesses you on your journey and connects you more deeply to the divine within yourself. I wish you all the best.